The FBI has formed a special task force to investigate reports of political corruption in Orange County.
Reporter David Nazar joins us now with the details. David?
Ed and Ann, just who or what is at the center of this task force? Well, it remains a mystery. The task force includes members of the FBI, IRS, the OC District Attorney's Office, and the U.S. Attorney's Office. It was formed back in April. News of the task force is not sitting well with some Orange County supervisors who say they're angry that there could be a perception of guilt when there really is none. The FBI routinely forms special task forces to look into everything from political corruption, bribery, and fraud to gang violence and terrorism. However, the fact that some high-ranking Orange County government officials could be the focus of this investigation has some politicians asking why. The FBI isn't answering that question. We tried to get some details over the phone from FBI spokeswoman Laura Eimiller in the LA Bureau.
I wouldn't be able to comment on specific allegations. It is the FBI's policy to neither confirm or deny investigations. Certainly when an investigation comes to the point where charges are filed, at that point we do confirm them and do make charges available to the public. But this shouldn't be seen as a response to any particular event or opinion. And certainly, the FBI responds to allegations of public corruption, and that encompasses many, many types of different crimes.
It is that lack of information from the FBI that has angered Orange County supervisors John Morlock and Sean Nelson. The two supervisors acknowledge that OC has had its share of corruption over the past decades, whether with a former treasurer or a disgraced sheriff or a multitude of other county political figures. They say a checkered past shouldn't imply a current culture of corruption.
Seems to be something that's commonplace, but it sort of creates some kind of innuendo that everybody in Orange County at all levels of government are corrupt, which is a little offensive to a lot of us that are trying to do a good job.
Why are you personally offended by this?
Well, I think it's a broad brush, and I don't think that's fair. It's disrespectful. If you have an issue with a single person or a group of people, then go about and do that job, and let's have some indictments.
Supervisor Nelson says there should be zero tolerance for corruption, and the feds should get involved if it's egregious. However, now is not that time, as far as Nelson knows.
I'm frustrated because I think people are attaching significance to it. I say people, I mean very few, but part of my frustration is I don't know that the notion of looking into the county is the same as we have a task force in Orange County. I'm open to criticism, but corruption stings a little bit. You know, corruption, hell, I would have made a lot more money to stay where I was at. I did this to help people. I hope I'm accomplishing that. I'm open to criticism. But when the idea becomes a blanket, well, you know, all the supervisors are being investigated, again, that's ridiculous.
And while the feds are not saying what the task force is investigating, we do know a recent Orange County grand jury report took aim at Cal Optima and County Supervisor Janet Nguyen, who also sits on the Cal Optima board. Now, according to the report, Nguyen voted to expand the size of the Cal Optima Board of Directors and significantly alter the balance of power in favor of medical service providers over patients. The report goes on to say only 2 months later, the hospital industry organized a $250 per person campaign fundraising event, ostensibly billed as a tribute to Supervisor Nguyen. Well, she did not want to be interviewed on camera, but Nguyen did tell me over the phone that she has abided by all campaign finance laws, and Ed and Ann donations to her campaign are public record, of course.
All right, very good. Thanks a lot, David.
Thanks, David.